Let's get started on the part two of this session, and now we will cover the stories between November 6 to November 8. And we have four stories we have, and there are four heroes we have. So, do you know anyone here? At least some of them you know.
No.
Yeah, I know. C.V. Raman. That's the second one.
Yeah.
Bipin Chandrapal.
Yes, that is the one actually. It is Bipin Chandra Pal. And this is Dr. C.V. Ram.
This,
Yes, right.
Yes, Dr. C.V. Raman was radiation, right?
Yeah, we'll come to that part. Yeah, Dr. C.V. Raman is one of the India's foremost scientists. We'll come to that. Yes, good actually. You remember Bipin Chandra Pal, Dr. C.V. Raman?
I had one kind of topic in that. I
Oh,
learned.
nice.
No, actually I read it in Tinkle.
Okay, good. Yeah. So our first story is of N.G. Ranga. Goginani Ranga Nayukulu. That was his full name. He was referred to as N.G. Ranga. Was born in Nindutolu village in Guntur district of Andhra Pradesh. He belonged to a peasant family. He belonged to farmers. His family was into farming. He went to England for studies and received a BLit, Bachelor in Literature, in Economics from the University of Oxford in 1926. And that was a big thing for a farmer's son, right? So, after coming to India, he was appointed as a professor of economics at the Pachayappa College of Madras. And then Ranga was inspired by Mahatma Gandhi and joined the freedom movement in 1930. When the Dandi March and other movement was going on, he joined the freedom movement. Now, because he was associated with the peasant family, he became a leader of the peasant and farmers, and he led the historic Rot agitation in 1933 in Andhra Pradesh. Okay, that was agitation of the farmers. He successfully led the agitation, and he became the leader of the peasant and farmers across the nation gradually. He founded the Kisan Congress Party in 1936. Ranga is considered the father of Indian peasant movement, and he was champion in raising the rights of the farmers during the British rule and during after the independence as well.
His father was also the father of Indian peasant movement.
No. Father of Indian N.G. Ranga is called the father of Indian peasant movement because he was the leader of the peasant movement in India. Okay, he was one of the pioneers of peasant movement. Okay, when we say father of a particular movement, is like it's a nomenclature. The person who started this movement, or he was one of the leading ones in that. Like we call Gandhiji father of India because he is the leader of India. He was the leader of India, right? So similarly, he was the father of Indian peasant movement because he championed that movement. N.G. Ranga represented Indian peasants at multiple international forums. Yeah. He was one of the founders of the International Federation of Agricultural Producers and the founder of the Bharat Krishika Lok Party. And whether nationally or internationally, whenever there was an issue of farmers, N.G. Ranga always took up the cause, and he successfully represented Indian farmers at multiple forums. Okay, and the rights, he preserved their rights. After independence, he founded Swatantra Party along with C. Rajgopalachari Rajaji. Ranga,
What is Swatantra Patil?
Swatantra Party, not party, Swatantra Party. So, like Indian National Congress was, yeah, I will come to that part. So, Indian National Congress was the one political party, okay, at the time of independence, and there were different political parties like Left Group and Johnson and other things. So, there were some people in Congress who were probably not happy with the Congress, so they moved away from Congress and started their own party, and one of them was a Swatantra Party, which was founded by C. Rajgopalachari. C. Rajgopalachari will come to his story in December. He was one of the very intelligent person of India, actually. Pandit Nehru has called him the most intelligent person of India at that time. Okay, but he went out of Congress and started his own Swatantra Party, which is another political party he started. NG Ranga was also co-founder of that party. Yeah, Swatantra Party was actually very successful during 1950s and 1960s, contested elections, okay, and represented people in the parliament. So NG Ranga was also elected to parliament, okay, even before the independence, after the independence. He actually served Indian parliament for 6 decades, from 1930 to 1991. Okay, for 6 decades, 60 years, he was representing India in the parliament. And because of this, he has a name in the Guinness Book of World Records. Okay, for representing people in the parliament for 60 years. For that, he has a name in the
At 35, when he was a parliamentarian, right?
Yes, yes, yeah. So he was an outstanding parliamentarian and the champion of public causes, and especially rural people and farmers, right? So in recognition of the unique and long memorable services rendered by Professor N.G. Ranga, he was conferred with the Padma Vibhushan in 1991. Okay. And that is the story of N.G. Ranga, okay, who was a champion of farmers' rights in India. So that's the first story we have. Second story we have is the Bipin Chandra Pal. It's Aditi correctly identified the photo. So Bipin Chandra Pal was born on 7th November 1858 in Poil village in Habibganj district of Bengal Presidency, which is the West Bengal right now. He worked as a headmaster and librarian during the initial years. Then he jumped into the politics. Now in 1905, there was a Bengal partition. The British divided the Bengal into East Bengal and West Bengal. So Pal opposed the partition of Bengal and carried out protests across the Bengal. He traveled extensively to connect people with the Swadeshi movement. At the time, the Swadeshi movement was also picking up. He took up the cause with the boycotting the British goods and taking up the Swadeshi was a movement that he championed. He traveled extensively for that purpose. He encouraged people to boycott British goods and adopt locally produced items, Swadeshi items, okay, to eradicate poverty and unemployment. Because if people start buying the local produce, it will help the local people and it will help removing the poverty. So that was the whole concept behind Swadeshi movement, and Bipin Chandra Pal worked towards it in Bengal during that time. Bipin Chandra Pal was a brilliant orator and writer. He was a journalist who used to his writings to spread his message of patriotism and nationalism. He was a nationalist leader. He edited the journals called the Democrat and the Independent. On the first anniversary of the Swadeshi movement in 1907, he started English daily called Bande Mataram. And Aurobindo Ghosh, who was another revolutionary, became an editor of that publication. And when Aurobindo Ghosh was arrested, Bipin Chandra Pal refused to give any evidence against Aurobindo Ghosh. And for that, he was also arrested and was given the rigorous imprisonment for 6 months. Bipin Chandra Pal was also a reformer. He opposed the caste systems, untouchability, and advocated a widow marriage. He was the first leader to popularize the idea of Swaraj. As we mentioned, the Vasudeva Balwant Phadke was the first one to come up with the concept of Swaraj. Bipin Chandra Pal was another leader who talked about Swaraj or self-rule. Okay, because that is the India ruled by its own people and not by the British. As I mentioned, Bipin Chandra Pal was a nationalist leader. Okay, he is called the father of revolutionary thoughts in India. Okay. Again, why is called the father of revolutionary thought? Because he was the one who, through his writings and revolutionary writings, ignited the revolutionary thinking in India, especially in Bengal. So that is why he is sometimes referred as the father of revolutionary thoughts in India. And you must have known about the Lal Bal Pal Triputi, right? So who was So Lal Pal was the nationalist leaders from different parts of India who had a common goal. Okay. So Lala Lajpat Rai was from Punjab, Bal Gangadhar Tilak was from Maharashtra, and Bipin Chandra Pal was from Bengal. And they formed the Trimurti of national leaders in Indian National Congress that time. That's very, you will often hear that all three named together, Lal Bal Pal. So that's the story of Bipin Chandra Pal. The third story we have is Sir C.V. Raman, and whose birthday was yesterday, and is widely celebrated not only in India but across the world. Right? Even Nobel committee yesterday posted a tweet about Sir C.V. Raman. So Sir Chandrasekhar Venkata Raman was born on 7th November 1888 near Tiruchirappalli in Tamil Nadu. His father was a lecturer of physics and maths. So Raman naturally inherited the interest in physics and maths from his father. By the age of 14, he had obtained bachelor's degree in science from the Presidency College of Madras. By the age of 14, he had graduated already. And by age of 18, he had a master's degree. He won the gold medal in physics during his bachelor's degree. Then after his master's degree, he didn't get much a job in Phoenix. At that time, it was hard to get. So he worked in the finance department in Calcutta as an accountant. But he had his interest in physics. So he was working in a small makeshift laboratory at home. There is a story that one day while he was returning from his work in the finance department through a tram in Calcutta, he saw the board of Indian Association for the Cultivation of Science, right? That is IACS, somewhere in Calcutta. So he immediately went to their office. Okay, he started working there after the office hours. He started publishing his research work, and that caught the attention of other scientists. In 1917, the Vice Chancellor of Calcutta University offered the Taraknath Palit Chair of Physics to C.V. Raman. He invited him to now start working at the university. So finally, C.V. Raman found the job he wanted in physics, and he left the finance department job and started working full-time in physics. In 1921, he traveled abroad via sea route for a conference. Okay. At that time, mostly the travel was through the sea route on ships. So for some conference, he was traveling on ship. So during that journey, he was fascinated by the blue waters of the sea and the blue sky and how the light is reflected by the water and the sky. So he started working on that concept of why we see different type of lights, right? Why the sky appears blue, why the water of sea appears blue, and how the light is reflected. So that work ultimately led to something called the scattering of light is the topic on which he started research along with his student. Okay. And he discovered that when the light traverses a transparent material, okay, some of the deflected light changes wavelength and amplitude. Okay, so we see the different colors of light. Okay, you must have seen the prism thing, right? When the light travels through prism, you
Rainbow.
see rainbow. Okay, and
On CDs too, it appears when sunlight hits it.
Yeah, and that thing was first established by C.V. Raman. You know, he used an instrument worth only 200 rupees to do a setup to see, to visualize how light is composed of different components and how you can extract those components, okay, through prism and through different materials. Okay, so
is this the last story?
There is one story after that. Okay, so we'll quickly go on this part. And this later came to be known as the Raman effect. And the Raman effect is for which he was awarded the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1930. Okay. He was the first Asian to receive a Nobel Prize in Science. And till date, he remains the only Indian scientist to receive the Nobel Prize. And that's why he is very important for India. Okay, he's called the foremost scientist of India. Okay, the discovery of Raman effect, the light scattering, was made on February 28th, and on that day, India celebrates National Science Day. Even till today, every year, India celebrates National Science Day on February 28th in the honor of the discovery of the Raman effect. Yeah. In Pune itself, there is a Ayuka University, right? They do a lot of programs on that day related to science. After that, C.V. Raman came back to India and he became the first Indian director of IISc, that is Indian Institute of Science in Bangalore. Okay. Raman developed a research institute and made it into one of the top class research institute of the world. In 1947, he became Independent India's first national professor. In 1948, he got some funding and founded the Raman Research Institute in Bangalore, which is called RRI, which is still active till today. Okay, and this is where he worked till the last days of his life. Raman was elected a fellow of the Royal Society in 1924 itself and was knighted. He was given the title of Sir in 1929 when he received the Nobel Prize. In 1954, he was honored with the Bharat Ratna. He was one of the first person to receive Bharat Ratna. Yeah, that's the story of Sir C.V. Raman. And this is the instrument, you see, through which he demonstrated his Raman effect, the light scattering. And on the right hand side, you can see, okay, when you pass the laser light, okay, through a small hole on a spectrometer, you can see the entire rainbow. And this was a discovery which got him the Nobel Prize. So that's the story of Sir C.V. Raman. The last,
What's the meaning? Nimish uncle, what's the meaning of Nobel Prize?
yeah, Nobel Prize is one of the topmost prize in the world. Okay, it is given in the different fields, especially it is very prestigious prize in the field of science. It is given in the field of physics,
Science, medicine,
medicine.
plants.
Yeah, it is especially given in physics, chemistry, biology. It is also given for the peace and economy. Okay, so it's a Nobel Prize, very prestigious prize. So very few people every year, only one person gets selected for that thing across the world. Okay, very few Indians have actually got it. C.V. Raman is the only scientist. Apart from that, there are very few Indians who have got the Nobel Prize anyway. Okay. And last story we have is of Pula Deshpande. That is Purushottam Lakshman Deshpande was born in Mumbai on 8th November 1919. He is popularly known by his initials Pula. Okay, and there is a Pula Deshpande garden in Pune. Do you know that?
He's a freedom fighter.
No, he was not a freedom fighter. He is a different personality actually. He was he did a lot of come to that story. Okay, so he studied at the Ferguson College in Pune. Again, he has a Pune connection, right? In FC College, you know that. So he studied in FC College at Pune and then Wellington College in Sangli. He worked initially as a teacher, then also worked at the Doordarshan. Doordarshan was a new channel.
The before TV channel
Yes. So
in which
independence,
Master
yeah,
came.
yeah, DD was there. After independence, Doordarshan came in existence. Okay, he worked at Doordarshan. Rather, Pula Deshpande was the first interviewer to interview Jawaharlal Nehru. Okay, the first Prime Minister of India on Doordarshan. At the time he was working on Doordarshan, he was the first person to interview Jawaharlal Nehru. Okay. He then went to UK for training, different kind of trainings. He traveled to France and West Germany, and ultimately came back to India. Now, why we remember him? Because he was an artist. He was a prolific Marathi writer. His writing was full of wit and wisdom. He wrote a lot of books in Marathi, which are still revered by Marathi, and the books have been translated to different languages. He was a wonderful writer and provided a wisdom through his writings, okay, in a witty format. He wrote essays, short stories, and novels. He also wrote plays, screenplays, and lyrics of Marathi theaters and movies. Okay. He himself was an exceptional stage actor. he was also a director. He was also singer, music composer. He was like a one package who had all the talent. Okay, and he had done a lot of activities on Marathi theatre, Marathi cinema, especially, and he was very fondly remembered in Maharashtra. As I mentioned, he was a musician. He was a proficient Hindustani classical musician. He actually learned harmonium at early stage, and he provided music in Marathi stage and movies. For his contribution to Marathi literature and theatre, he was conferred the Sahitya Akademi Award and Sangeet Natak Academy Award in 1990. Okay. He was also awarded Padma Bhushan by the government of India. And his legacy still continues. His speeches were so good, people would flock the auditoriums. The auditorium would be packed to listen to him. In Maharashtra, he is often referred as the Maharashtrache Ladke Vyaktimatva in Marathi, okay, which is the Maharashtra's beloved personality. He was very fondly remembered, especially in Maharashtra. And the contribution he made is not only relevant to Maharashtra, it was relevant to everyone. Okay, he was truly a national icon. Everyone loved his timeless work, and that is why we remember Pula Deshpande. Today is his birth anniversary. So that's the story of all the heroes. Now you know the names, right? Who is the first one?
Yes.
This is Bipin Chandra Pal. Yes or no?
Bipin Chandra Pal. Second
This-
is C.V. Raman. Third is Ranga. And fourth is Pula Deshpande.
Yes, everyone got that? Mandit?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, this is very simple, right? We have four stories. And don't worry.
Nimesh uncle, I want to tell you something.
Yes. Go ahead, Nani. Yeah.
Now Trump is not the Prime Minister of USA.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Joe Biden has become the Prime Minister, President of America.
Okay. So yeah, that's a good information. Only thing I will like to add, it's not Prime Minister, it's a president. US has a presidential system. Second thing is, he is a president elect. Joe Biden is a president elect. Okay, till 20th January, Trump remains the president of USA. 20th January is the official date when the transfer of power will happen. Okay, so that's every 4 years. That's the date when the new president takes over from the old president. Okay, so he is right now the president elect. Officially, Joe Biden will become the president on after 20th January. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
That's the reflection. Last one we have is the Pula Deshpande. Okay, yeah. So, yep. Again, simple questions. Nobel Prize in Science. Who has won?
C.V. Raman. C.V. Raman.
Of course, C.V. Raman. Yeah, this is very simple.
C.V. Raman.
Yeah. Who had worked for 60 years in Parliament? He was elected to Parliament for 60 years.
N.G. Ranga.
N.G. Ranga.
N.G. Ranga.
Yeah. Who was associated with the Swadeshi movement?
Jamnalal Bajaj.
Jamnal Bajwa.
No, from among these, Bipin Chandra Pal.
No, yeah, I told.
Bipin Chandra Pal.
I was just saying that.
Okay.
I only said BP.
Okay. And the last question. Now tell me this thing. Bhai Vyakti Ki Valli. This is a Marathi movie.
Pula
Deshpande.
Deshpande. Pula Deshpande.
So this is actually a movie on Pula Deshpande. Okay, this is actually a movie. Recently, this was movie released, I think, 2 years back. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that's okay. Now we come to the end of all the stories of this week. Enjoyed this time?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So now, okay, keep reading, and you must be in Bali vacation this week. So enjoy your time.
Bye, Nimesh uncle.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye guys.
Bye. Bye. Space.